Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is the 12th day of November, being Wednesday, 2025. In a so-called sovereign state of Nigeria, there is a community called Gatakawa. This Gatakawa is in a Kankara local government area of Katsina state. So it happened that the terrorists, they called bandits in Nigeria, they came to levy dues on these people, taxes that they have to pay their tax before they could go to the farm and say we want to harvest something or we want to farm again. So they asked them to pay about $16,000, which is equivalent to 20 million naira. They asked them to pay $16,000 equivalent. And where are these people going to see this? So when I received the news, that was about 2 days ago. After reading the news, we started trying to reach out to the people from the community. So it was yesterday again, when we have not reached out to them, we saw another news again from Sarah Reporters, and Sarah Reporters published that these community people are now selling their properties, landed properties, motorbike, to raise this money to pay tax to terrorists in a country where they said they have government. This is the reality of things that are happening in Nigeria. So luckily, we were able to reach out to the people from the community. So in Kankara local government area in Katsina state, I think the two people we spoke to this morning is telling us that this is not the first time this thing is happening. This is not the first time. Yes, we have been reporting other places that that are paying taxes, like in Borno, in Yobe, many places they levied people to pay taxes. And most of the time, we try to ask them, do you know the purpose why these people are asking you to pay taxes? Is it that they want money to feed themselves or to do all those things? They said no. And most of the things they tell us is for another day because we are using it for documentary, because this has to do with ethnic inclination and religious something, of which I'm not ready to say in this video until the documentaries we are doing will come out. So these are the issues on the ground. And to the greatest surprise is that we asked these people, can't you people report to the police or to the military? They said if they turn to the military or the police to report about those things, the bandits will come, the bandits will kill them, and the police will not save them. This is the reality on ground in Nigeria that a lot of people are denying. Now, where is the sovereignty of Nigeria, if at all they have one? No, they don't have it. Not only in this Katsina, talk about Zamfara state, talk about Yobe, Borno, Enugu, Kwara, Niger, Sokoto, Kanu. Nigeria is literally under siege. Nigeria is under siege. And look at, you see, what is going on in Nigeria now could only be seen if someone like the English Adaji. English Adaji is a blog on Facebook that always have information on what is going on, or the US-based Sarah Reporters, which is a news platform reporting it. And most of the ones going on in Delta State, Edo State, and environ, you can see Harrison Gwamnichu reporting it. Apart from this, you can see Nigeria mainstream media reporting what is going on in Nigeria. No. You can't see it. Like since this today now, early morning, we have recorded 4 attacks already. We have recorded 4 attacks already. Today being 12th of November. This early morning, before 12 o'clock, 4 attacks already. So if Nigeria mainstream media are actually reporting what is going on, it will draw global attention. So because of that, they are paid not to report it. They are paid not to report the killing and the death of their people. It is called blood money. To you celebrities, to you news media people, many of you who actually are benefiting from this insecurity one way or the other, by not reporting it, by aiding it with your silence, know that this is just a blood money. It is a blood money. There is no two ways about it. There is no how you are going to defend this than calling it a blood money. Now, the report of this Katsina community sending properties to raise 20 million naira, which is about that $16,000, was only reported by Sarah Reporters. And let me analyze what this newspaper reported. It reads that the Katsina community sells property to raise 20 million naira levy imposed by terrorists to access farms. It shock you. Is it not terrifying? Like, is it not strange? If you are not a Nigerian or living in Nigeria, this is strange. Like, it doesn't happen anywhere. Where is the government? Where are the security operatives? But in Nigeria, it makes sense. And when you speak, you will see one useless person will come out to tell you that what is going on is normal. Like, how do Africans, Nigerians, how do we reason? If you speak that what is going on now needs intervention, one useless man will just come out to tell you that it doesn't require intervention. But the military, the police, not all of them, but most of them who are loyal to the agenda of these people are colluding with them. So these people from this community, they told us that they cannot want to police not to pay this levy. Police can't stop them not to pay it. The military can't stop them not to pay it. Because if they turn to the military, to the police, the bandits will eventually come back and take them out. And the police and the military will not save them. I think at this moment, it is important for people to start thinking another thing. Start thinking another thing, because this thing will not continue like this. You understand? This thing cannot continue like this. People are going to do everything it takes to stop this nonsense. Anybody who is going to be under Boko Haram should go and be under Boko Haram. Anybody who is going to be under ISWAP should go and be under ISWAP. Anybody who is going to be under terrorists, under Sharia, go and be. But as far as I'm concerned, majority of the people who are not loyal to these terrorists don't want to be under them. But unfortunately, more unfortunately, most people in the government and the military and the police, most people want to be under them. Have you asked yourself, why does the Nigerian government recruited terrorists into the Nigerian army? Nobody's asking this question. Anyway, look at this first paragraph of this article. It reads that the bandits, when you hear bandits, you are not a Nigerian, they are talking about terrorists, have imposed a 20 million levy on farmers in Gatakawa, a community in Kankara local government area of Katsina state, before allowing them to harvest their crops. Families in the community are now selling belongings, borrowing money to pay the levies and access their farmlands. According to a source and security analyst, Bakastin, in an ex-post, described the financial impact on residents. He said, for farmers in Gatakawa, the lives are crippling. Families have been forced to sell assets and borrow heavily just to access their crops. For you to accept your farmland, you've got to sell your properties. For you to raise the money, the tax, for you to pay terrorists. We don't have a country. Anybody who tells you that Nigeria is a country is a bullshit. This is a bullshit. Like, these people can't rely on the police. These people can't rely on the security officers. Even the security officers have told us that they can't do all these things they do. So what is the hope of the common man in Nigeria? Now, Bakastin also explained that the peace agreement with bandits have not improved safety in the area. Let me remind you, I've also done so many videos about this, warning people the impending doom, why you should not do peace agreement with the terrorists. What is peace agreement? In Nigeria, peace agreement is like an opportunity to aid terrorists, where you will call the terrorists, oh, please don't kill us again, we will not fight you people. You can carry your AK-47 ammunition, sophisticated weapons, no problem, but don't kill us. Please, let's sign agreement. We can give you people food. That is aiding terrorists. That is what Nigerians are doing. The government are supporting it. When they are coming to peace deal sometime, the terrorists will ask the Nigerian military not to come with weapon. The terrorists will come with weapon for peace agreement. Guys, if you still continue to think that you are living in a country, you know that you have to go back to primary one to understand the meaning of sovereignty. Nigeria lost their sovereignty right from time, and there is no two ways about it. There is nothing you can say about this. The article continues. He added the situation is a sign that the so-called peace agreement with the bandits are largely ineffective. Communities remain vulnerable, and fear is now deeply embedded in daily life. On the broader consequences for the local livelihoods and food security, Pakistan warned, unless urgent intervention are made, rural livelihoods will continue to deteriorate and the risk of broader food shortage will increase. Residents reported that even after paying the levies, bandits often return with additional demand, keeping families in a cycle of economic hardship. Addressing the psychological impact of the levies, Baxton said the extortion is not only a financial burden, it is a psychological one. People live in constant fear, unsure if they will survive to see the harvest. Local leaders in Kankara local government area have appealed to the state and federal authorities to take action to protect communities from repeated extortion. The persistence of these levies highlights a troubling reality without meaningful security reforms. Communities in Katsina State will remain trapped in fear and economic despair. The end of the article as published by Sowore reporters. Now, I would have just been reading this article, believing as you are believing, if I did not discover from, I did not hear from the people from the community. So that is one thing about me. If I hear the news that I'm not a primary source, I'm not the primary source of the news that break the news, what I do is to go and confirm the news. And that is why sometimes my news may come late, because I'm trying to put up a confirmation about the news, speak with the people, affected people, do all those things before bringing it. Why? Because I understand that security situations and report is sensitive. So because of that, we try our possible best that before bringing news here, we make sure that we speak with affected people to confirm the validity of the news reported. So when you hear news from here, it means that we have a background. We have a link to the people who are affected. Just like what happened in Chibok last week, Saturday, where some Boko Haram members came and burned down churches. I broke the news. I told people, look at what is going on in Chibok right now. And it took like 3 to 4 days for others to report it. Yes, anyone who is reporting what is going on in Nigeria, thank you so much, and may what you serve bless you. But as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people in Nigeria, majority of the news media, are not interested in telling the world the true story. They are the junior brothers and sisters to the BBC, the head of fake media. Anyway, it is what it is. Nigeria remains unresolved entity. It is an entity that I don't think and I believe is not sustainable with all these things. Let me know what you think about this. I am Okochapi myself.
Speaker is actually jeopardizing the recovery of the country. It's not good for Nigeria, it's not good for America, it's not good for the world. This is a country on the edge, it should not be pushed further.
But do you think this unprecedented global attention, just in itself, even if it doesn't go further, but if that attention remains focused, that it could force change in this country? Is that something you are hoping for?
Well, whether we like it or not, we are living in a global village. Let me use a very popular cliche. I mean, the world knows our situation, which is the reason why those who really are concerned about what's going on in this country, look, there are attempts by interests to take over huge territory, part of Nigeria, part of Chad, part of Cameroon, part of Niger, and turn it into the global headquarters of terror. Those in intelligence circles know this. I'm saying this publicly now. A lot of people know this. We must never allow that kind of thing to happen. We don't want to live under ISWAP. We don't want to live under Boko Haram. We don't want to live under Lokarawa. We don't want to live under ipob. We want to live.
Nor do we want to live under the Americans.
Exactly, and we don't want an American. We want. And America has been our friend, for goodness sake. The point I'm making is we shouldn't fall out. This is the time when a real friend will come over and say, listen. This thing has gone on for too long. What can we do? And there's a lot the Americans can do for us. For instance, they can't sanction our leaders, but making lives more difficult for ordinary citizens